Hold up, before you watch the rest of this video, first make sure to go check out NFT Jeremy's channel and subscribe. Watch this video, this is going to be part one right here. Both these videos have a lot of great information. We do plan to do more of these in the future, so if you guys do like it, make sure to hit that like and leave a comment with any other questions or topics you guys want us to cover in the future, and enjoy the video. Cool, what's up NFT Jeremy?
What's up, Matt?
How's it going?
It's going great, man. Can't
Yeah,
complain.
no, it's good to be on the Zoom call. To start off, what got you into crypto?
Man, it's a long story. I posted a video earlier today about I was talking about Bonfire and how,
Mm-hmm.
Bonfire
I
is
saw
not
that.
doing too hot right now, right?
Yeah.
So I shared my story of, how I got into day trading, how I lost a lot of money. It was like $6,000 in one day. It was negative 15K in 1 month. Then, I figured everything out and came out even. I was in the green a little bit. But man, like for me, honestly, like I'm super into finance. Like anything related to finance, I'm
Mhm.
completely into. I grew up listening to Dave Ramsey, and that
Gotcha.
was that was my thing, man. Right
Yeah.
now, Dave would not be very happy with me. Uncle Dave would not be very happy with the way I operate my life. Uh, and then I got into real estate. I started listening to podcasts, Bigger Pockets.
Oh, no,
Yes,
I
I
love
started
bigger
getting into
pocket
Bigger
sizes.
Pockets, man. And
Mm-hmm.
that completely changed my life because they were talking about like multifamily investments. And that's when I bought my first duplex. And then ever since then, I've been huge on real estate. And then in terms of crypto, like for me, crypto was big, like probably about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I had some Bitcoin. I think it was like 5,000, 4,000 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But, no one knew where Bitcoin was going.
Yeah.
And I bought a whole bunch of Ethereum. I own like, I think it's like close to 100 Ethereum. And I bought that last summer and it was like 150 each, you know?
Oh, shoot.
And like for me, I feel like Ethereum's going to hit like 20 to 30K here very,
Yeah.
very soon. But yeah, anyways, man, I mean, like, I don't know, like everything about crypto, I love. I just
Mm-hmm.
love how everything works. And I love the different personalities of the different projects.
Yeah. No, definitely. It's a lot more exciting than stocks. That's one thing that I
Yeah.
know.
And that's another thing. I had a pretty good amount of money in S&P,
Mm-hmm.
and what is it, like 8% a year?
No, yeah, that's what I love about crypto. Like with the stock market, you get excited to make like 4 to 6% in a year, and it's like with crypto, people are complaining if they don't make a thousand X in a month.
Oh
It's
yeah,
freaking
for real.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I feel like crypto right now is that one thing that can bring the average person to actually become a millionaire. Like if you hop in early enough on this, if you already hopped in, you're probably a millionaire already. Even if you hop in now, it's like you could honestly just by getting the right coin in a month from now, like, you could have life-changing money.
I guess another question, another topic we haven't covered is the whole bear and bull market. I think that's a pretty good conversation.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good one. Um, so I mean, I guess going into that one, even BitBoy Crypto said he doesn't know. There's really not enough history for us to really know for sure. But in my opinion, it does make sense why certain NFT projects might not be affected by the bear market enough because and other Omi YouTubers have pointed out like what happens if we're in the peak of the bear market and Ecomi drops a major license like Pokemon or Disney. Again, not saying they have them because I don't like getting into speculation until it's confirmed. But if that does happen, why wouldn't the price go up? And then in my opinion too, another thing is if we're in a major bear market and you see everything's red and then you see a couple coins that are actually green, that's going to drive the price up even more. And again, I'm expecting a major correction after that. But again, back to the FOMO, if everything's red and you see like three green projects, you're just going to naturally throw your money in because you think you can make money.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have to understand how different the large cap coins and some of the altcoins are.
Mm-hmm.
And so the altcoins, even altcoins in general, not necessarily like NFT space,
Yeah.
may not be as affected. And so what happens in the bear market is people are going to sell their Bitcoin, their Ethereum, these big coins,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they want to get into something else that they feel isn't going to be affected by the bear market, right?
Mhm.
You know, they're going to make a lot of money from Bitcoin, but they're going to put it somewhere. You know, they're going to continue to invest because we all know how addictive crypto really is.
It's like gambling.
Yeah. And so it's hard to tell. Like, really is no answer in terms of like NFT coins, if there's
Hmm.
going to be a bear or bull market, but it just doesn't make sense for there to be a bear market. It doesn't make any sense.
It
Um,
doesn't. I mean, we're probably in it right now for all we know.
yeah,
With
that's true. I think we are.
specifically, I mean.
Yeah. And I think you also have to, like, none of us really know exactly where NFTs are going to be in the future. And
Yeah.
so, like, for me, you know, I've started a YouTube channel based on NFTs. I'm putting all my time and energy into this. I don't know if this is going to pop. I don't, you know, like, I don't know, but I believe in it. And I think the technology is incredible. And then we look at some of the big, you know, some of these big people, Gary Vee, Mark Cuban, even
Hmm.
BitBoy, right? Like, people will listen to these big influencers, and that's massive. It's big.
I mean, so yeah, exactly. Like for all we know, and me and you are both banking on crypto and NFTs for the future because that's what both of our channels are about. So obviously, we really believe in the project. And like you said, bring up Gary Vee. Gary Vee started his own NFT platform pretty much. He and I even saw him say like, "Oh, it's been exhausting. It's been a lot of work, but I'm so glad to have V friends come up." And he's like, "Now this is something that I get to work on for the next 45 years." Gary Vee truly believes in it. And I was just looking at his Instagram right before we got on this call. He has 9 million
Yeah,
followers on Instagram. I don't know how much his YouTube has, but that's 9 million people watching him talk about NFTs. And I don't know, Gary Vee, like people might not like him, but let's be honest, he's called some things right. He called Facebook, he called the internet, called YouTube, he's calling NFTs. And the one thing he says, which I love, he says, I'm not going to argue about it. I'm saying what I believe in, and 5, 10 years down the line, we're gonna have an answer. And that's kind of the easy way to look at it. Like I don't need to sit here and argue why I believe in Ecomi or why I believe in NFTs. Only time's gonna tell the truth.
yeah, exactly. And I think with Gary Vee, you're right. Like, he been wrong? He hasn't really been wrong. So, you know, people are banking
Except for the
on
Jets.
his opinion. And
Mhm.
you know, so I think it goes back to even Mark Cuban talking about how he was the first one to say that he imagines an entire house filled with digital assets. You know, like, for me personally, I believe in the future we're going to see like screens, like this wall right here.
Mhm.
Eventually, it's going to be like that movie Smart House. You remember
Yeah.
that on Disney Channel? Like,
Mhm.
this entire
Yeah.
wall eventually is going to be all my VB assets, and they're all going to be moving around and interacting with each other, and you know, other NFTs and things like that. Like, so that's going to gauge your status. People are going to walk into your house and they're going to see an entire wall, or even maybe even a little picture frame, like
Yeah,
these
exactly.
movie
Picture.
posters behind me of just like one NFT
I was
that's
about to
moving
say
around. You know what I
Wally.
mean?
Yeah.
And
No,
it's the same thing like when we talk about status, just a
mhm.
conversation point. Like, you have your cowboy logo or your cowboy helmet back
Yeah.
there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's the same exact thing as you know, rooting for your favorite team. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, this is exactly where NFTs and digital assets are going.
And it's a lot about hype and acceptance. So, and also you got to think of it from a different perspective too. If NFTs do become popular in the future, which I believe they will, um that's going to create other businesses. So like you said, eventually we might have a smart house where a whole wall might be able to project your NFTs, or even as simple as picture frames. But guess what, someone's going to have that idea of making the picture frames, and that's going to give someone else another business opportunity based around NFTs. And there's always going to be different brands of the picture frames. There's always going to be, maybe eventually they're going to have something that like displays a little hologram. And so pretty much just because NFTs become popular, just off of that, we have a whole bunch of different businesses and a whole bunch of different opportunities for an average person that believes in the space to go ahead and create something that goes with NFTs.
Yeah,
And that's
absolutely.
just going to drive the value up even more, the
Yep.
more people actually create products for it.
And it sounds just like the internet when it first
Yeah,
came out.
yeah.
So
Like
many
Gary
businesses were slow to start. Yeah, exactly. Gary Vee, that's how, again, Mark Cuban, I don't want to keep beating the drum, but
I
you
know
know,
it's hard, but it's like,
you have to look at successful people and you have to follow their footsteps
mm-hmm.
because they're successful for a reason. Mark Cuban has a
Exactly.
4.1, $4.3 billion net worth for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I would take it a step further, and I would say that the future of NFTs lies within not only VR, because VR is really cool, but the problem with
Hmm.
VR right now is like you have to put on these glasses that are like super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I would get into like when the Star Wars movies where there's like holograms, like
Yeah.
that's what I see like in the ultimate future of NFTs, like
Definitely.
holograms that that you're like you just have set up in your room that are moving around and they actually look legit. You know what I mean?
And they could
Like
be
it's
different things. They could be alarm clocks.
yeah. Oh,
Walk in,
definitely, man.
they can like say hi to you when you have a
Yes,
guest over.
exactly. And
Yeah,
we see it with Google and Alexa. Exactly. They're gonna talk to you. Charizard just dropped 2 cents since we talked about that, so that's good news.
yeah, no, but I mean, and you bring up like Alexa and Siri, like who would have thought that one day we would have this little thing that sits in our kitchen or our room that we can ask it a question, or we can just, hey, like Alexa, turn on this song, and all of a sudden it starts doing that. That's the same as NFTs. You never know what the future has.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, that was a really good point actually. Alexa alone is just, to me, that's enough proof like that this can happen.
Yeah, so right now what we're doing is it's either going to get to that point or this is a bubble that people are saying that it is, and it pops. But you it's hard to tell. Like you kind of have to put your faith in something. Like when we talk about like successful people,
Mm-hmm.
rich people, all the people invested in Ecomi, if it takes off, they're gonna be wealthy,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be. You have to think about like how small the Ecomi community is. I ask my friends if they know what it is. I show them the VV app, and they don't even know what it is. They don't even know what NFTs are. And so, if this actually takes off how we think it's going to take off, even the people who
Mhm.
are collecting right now and have their vaults filled with all of these season one, items, collectibles, uh,
Yeah.
that alone is 100,000, 200,000, maybe even more dollars worth of collectibles. But
Oh, no, for real.
again, it's either like it's an extreme. It's either like yes, we make it, or this pops. I don't think there really is any in between.
So yeah, yeah, and like going back to how you said, everyone says it's in a bubble, but in my opinion, when something's in a bubble, people think when it pops that it's over, but I kind of look at it a different way. Like I think when it pops, that's really when it's more accepted. Like
Sure.
everyone said the internet's in a bubble, and they say like look at us now, the internet's around everything. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone's gonna like NFTs because I'm pretty sure there's always gonna be haters against it, but so just the way I look at it is because I tell a lot of people like, oh, you should look into crypto or you should look into this and that. And a lot of times like I hear, oh, cash is king, crypto's a bubble and it's never like it's gonna pop eventually. I'll agree cash is king when it comes to buying things, but let's be honest, the more the government prints trillions of dollars and just inflation in general, like holding cash, you're not really getting anywhere. Um, so that's why just when people say crypto and NFTs are in a bubble, I just feel like once the bubble pops, instead of just it being gone, I feel like that's just when it's accepted by more. Like not everyone has to hop on, but I think it's gonna be accepted like just in general.
Yeah,
But
that's a good
again,
point.
we could both be wrong. I mean, that's just my opinion. Like I don't see why not. It's the same as the stock market. Like, why not put your money into crypto if you're gonna make money off of it? Obviously, it's not. It's easier said than done, but just holding cash, inflation, and obviously this is a whole bit a different topic. But supposedly, inflation is supposed to be like at 2% a year, and they tell us that it's 2% a year, but it's not 2% a year. I mean, you can look at the price of corn, for example. As stupid as it sounds, corn's gone up an insane amount when you actually look at the percentage.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I don't think it's in a bubble. I think it's going to be accepted like as we go in the future. Because I mean that's where the future's headed. Elon Musk is trying to put people on Mars. Like you're going to tell me that crypto is not going to be accepted in the future?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Crypto and NFTs, I think, are two separate topics.
Yeah.
I think crypto, obviously. it's going to take over the banks.
Yeah.
I think, 5 to 10 years, Bitcoin and all of these other big coins are going to completely destroy fiat.
Hmm.
And we're already seeing, I mean, like for me, I don't hold any fiat. The only fiat that I own is to pay my bills, to pay my
Exactly.
houses. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Other
Yeah.
than that, nothing. Nothing's
But I
in my
mean,
bank
let's be
account.
honest. I think I heard someone sold a house with Ethereum.
Oh, really?
I'm not saying that's going to be the new normal, but the fact that one person actually did it and it worked out. And again, I want Ethereum to fix their gas fees because I could only imagine how expensive gas fees were. But
For a house,
yeah,
$50,000.
but I mean the fact someone actually did it right now, and again, I'm not saying it's going to be normal, but if you're going to tell me that not at least 5% of the population is going to try to buy and sell with crypto, it's like, I mean, just the fact that Elon Musk even says crypto is the future, I think it's going to be accepted eventually. Like you can only avoid it for so long, but by the time it's mainstream, you're just gonna have to accept it.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen for sure.
Yeah.
And then we get into
And
smart contracts. I don't know if you saw my video on Cardano, but we talk about smart contracts, and
mhm,
it gets into eliminating that third party resource. And
yeah.
so when two sides agree on something, you have the contract. It will take, instead of a month to buy a house, maybe a couple days, and then you're good to go.
I mean,
Uh,
let's be real. I'm a realtor. My job, I'm not, oh, I think realtors are always gonna be around, but
yeah,
eventually, yeah, with smart contracts, you might be able to avoid the realtor fees by doing it.
yeah, you're gonna pay contract fees still, and
Hmm.
you're still gonna have realtors. But I think the realtors, you're gonna have to get into actually how to write and present a smart contract. I think that's where the future is heading.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
And then that gets into like the elimination of banks. Eventually, banks are going to be gone within, like I said, 5 to 10 years. Because why do we need them? We don't need them at
Yeah,
this
and I
point.
know a lot of people are gonna hate you for saying that, but it's sort of true. I think we're always gonna have banks for certain things, but I mean, and again, with Robinhood, I know a lot of people hate Robinhood, but what I like about them is they're trying to have the average person learn how to control their own money. So when people put their bank into like a high interest savings, you're getting a tiny percentage every year from the money you have in there, but the bank's making a bunch of money off of your money. So if people can start investing into crypto that they believe in and making their own money, you're not going to need the bank as much. Like you said, like the only money in the bank is what I need for bills. Like, why am I going to let the bank make millions off of my money when I can just learn how to invest it myself and make millions for myself?
Yep.
That's kind of how I look at it.
You were talking about Robinhood. What do you think of the dogecoin millionaire?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I think I don't think he's gonna sell anytime soon. Maybe if it hits $1, he might sell. Which again, if that was me, I would have definitely sold. But at this point, he's so famous, he doesn't need to ever sell. I'm pretty sure with his YouTube channel and any other endorsements and going on the news or whatever else he does, he doesn't need to sell. Like he's already set just for what he did, his popularity. And I think that's actually good for Dogecoin too. Not only Elon Musk, but for him to not sell is definitely going to be good for Dogecoin.
Like we talk about like your partnership with the people that you were talking to earlier.
Yeah.
The fact that I made a lot of money from, like, we're small channels. Like this guy's all over the place. He's promoting Doge, and so I really think that Doge is giving him money. The you know what I mean? Like the
They,
company,
I
they're
mean,
they're
honestly,
they're
yeah, they
definitely giving
probably
him
are.
money.
They probably are, yeah.
Yeah.
Not in his Robinhood account because,
No.
but yeah, that's free advertisement for him. Yeah, you got a point there, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
guy doesn't need to sell his Doge. He's probably gonna by the end of the year, he's probably gonna have more money in his bank account than he has in his
That's
Doge.
true. Yeah. So right now I'm looking. He has almost 54,000 subscribers, and so he's up like 25K since SNL, which was like 4 days ago. But
That's
it helps. Obviously it helps when Graham and Andre are like milking this thing. That's like the only topics they talk about right now, and so obviously that definitely helps him out a lot. But I like his mantra. Like just his personality is really cool, and you know he's built for YouTube. And so when he
It's
started, a lot of people were saying, "Bro, you got to get on YouTube. You got to start it." He's really
Mhm.
good.
You see his car?
No, I haven't seen. Oh, does he still have that piece of crap?
Yeah, that little blue car with his windows off.
Yeah.
Dude, like, and again, I didn't talk bad about Doge on my channel, but I never believed in it. I believe in it more now than ever. Dude, I freaking love, like, one, I would never ever do what he did, but the fact that he put all that faith in a Doge, and again, not only did he do that, but him reaching out to Andre Jick and telling him his story is really what got him to where he's at. It's not even his investment, because if he never reached out to Andre Jick, no one would know who he is.
He got popular from Reddit. He
Oh,
posted
from
on
Reddit?
Reddit. Yep.
Oh, I thought well, yeah, but by posting it on Reddit, it's like, so like a lot of people say, oh, you need to get lucky in life. In my opinion, it's luck mixed in with actually putting yourself out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's a cool story, and you know I like him a lot, but you know I also think it's something that's very dangerous for a lot of new people
It's
to think
stupid.
that they can replicate exactly what he's doing.
It's stupid.
I would never recommend, you know, putting anything into one, not even one coin, but like one, like all of your eggs in one basket, right? Like not even in outside of crypto, right? Like we're talking about real estate, we're talking about maybe stocks, whatever you want to do.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, I mean, it worked out for him and it's worked out for a lot of people, but we also have to think about how many people it hasn't worked out for.
And it's really sad actually when you get to that point, because I remember seeing something, like a teenager, someone young, actually, they thought they were negative like over 700,000
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever, committed suicide. That's
yeah,
why what he did was extremely stupid. He got extremely lucky, and because of that luck, he kept running with it. So I respect that. Um, Again, what he did was stupid, but the outcome of it, he made the best of it he could.
and he didn't only put $100 or $1,000 into Doge. He put $180,000, his life savings.
And he
Yeah,
borrowed money. I think he pulled out like 100, and then the extra 80,000 he borrowed or something. Like, I don't know the exact numbers, but I heard he got some of it on margin and stuff like that.
wow, yeah, that's wild.
Really, he took a huge risk.
Yeah,
I don't know how he didn't have a heart attack doing that.
I don't know how he didn't have a heart attack like during SNL. You have like two of the biggest YouTubers like breathing down your neck
Hmm.
in these videos, and they're like, "Why don't you just sell? Just sell." And he's like, "No," but he said he's holding until 10 million.
But I think that was on purpose. Like, in all reality, like I said, I don't think he ever needs to sell his Dogecoin. And in the long run, he's gonna make a lot more money.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe.
I think that was more just for show. Like, I feel like they're trying to, like, he's trying to prove a point. Like, I believe in Doge this much. So when they keep telling him to sell and he says no, I feel like it's more for show than anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. I think they're pretty transparent. You can tell like Graham is like really like cringe. Like he doesn't like it at all.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
you're
and
right.
I love them. I love them. Like they, like you said, they are very transparent. But I just think it was more for him, like to show, like, listen, I believe in Doge, and I believe Graham Stephan and Andre Dick actually did want him to sell. But I think he's kind of in his head. He's like, dude, I'm already here. You said he has 54,000 subscribers
Yeah, or
in
like
like a
57 or
very,
whatever.
very,
Yeah.
very short period of time. The moment he gets 100,000, and I'm pretty sure already he's making enough money where he's comfortable with, where he
Yeah,
doesn't need to sell it.
yeah, that's true. It's
And
just
honestly,
crazy.
I feel like the moment he actually does sell, he's not going to be as popular anymore. Because then, what is his channel really about at that point? Um, I mean, if I was going to say one last thing, I would really say, instead of watching, like, for me, I watch BitBoy crypto, but not because I'm trying to find the next investment. I watch him just for his opinion and his advice, because he does have a lot of good advice. I don't like, basically, if he posts a video saying this is a 100x gem, I'm not just going to buy it because of that. But I just like to hear his opinion on different things. So I feel like, uh, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Simple as that.
Yeah, and a big thing with him is that if he says that something is going to happen, a lot of times it actually does.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of his videos are paid. the projects will pay him.
Mm-hmm.
And when we go into the Ecomi video from BitBoy, that was paid. Like Ecomi paid him to make that video.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so yeah, but when they're actually getting into like the live, like his live streams, that I like watching those, because that's when he's actually honest about things and he's talking about, okay, this is what's going to happen. Or when he's in his car on Sundays and he's talking about, Ethereum or something, and he's saying this is what's going to happen. We have to think like he is the biggest crypto influence right now. And so how do the prices go up and down? Because of the mass, the people are driving the prices up and down, and most people are listening to him. But yeah, that's how that works.
Yeah, I mean, at least for the people that watch my channel, I've seen a lot of people don't really like him. And I'm not saying you have to like him, but the way I look at things is even people you don't like, I like to hear everyone's opinion, because the person you hate the most might actually give one of the best opinions.
Yep. But you also have to listen to people because he revealed his portfolio. And so that it works. Like what he's talking about has worked so far. And so that's also something that you definitely have to listen to as well.
What I love about it.
What would you recommend for like top 5 on the spot? Top 5 coins.
Top 5, obviously Omi, not financial advice. So if I'm just going to say what I'm invested in, Omi is my biggest investment for crypto, but I definitely do believe in diversifying a little more than I am currently. So I am obviously a big believer in Omi. That's why it is my biggest investment. But other investments I really believe in is XRP, which is actually the first crypto I ever bought. Cardano. I do believe in Chainlink and Litecoin also for the future. Obviously, I do think that Bitcoin and Ethereum are always going to be around, because I feel like it's going to be kind of hard to take those away. The only problem I have with Ethereum personally is the gas fees, which that's a problem everyone has. So that's why I am a big investor in like ADA, XRP, Polkadot, just because I think they have really good potential if Ethereum doesn't really fix their gas fees.
Oh yeah, it's going to happen though eventually, hopefully soon.
Hopefully, but I mean, we're just going to wait and find out. What about you? What would be your top 5?
Top 5?
Or just however many.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of, it depends. Like, it depends on, are we talking long term? Are we talking a year, 2 years? Or are we talking at the end of the bull run, right? I mean, like,
that's good, actually.
You know what I mean? Like, if we're talking within the next 3 to 4 months, I'm going to pick these large cap coins. Most of the coins that I talk about on my channel, and that you as well, these are long-term investments. But I guess it depends. Like, so I want to answer that question based on long-term, because that's how I personally invest. And number 1 for me, I don't want to go in order. Actually, I'm not going to go in order. But no, Ecomi is definitely there for sure. Ethereum is definitely there. I like to, you got to spread things out in terms of like large cap, small cap, right? Exactly. And even like middle of the pack type of thing. So Cardano is definitely there as well. I can definitely see that, shooting up. I love the future of Cardano and the smart contracts and all of that. Ecomi, Ethereum, Cardano, it's tough. It's really tough.
It's hard right now. I feel like right now is a lot of speculation.
Yeah. Like, honestly, for me, like, I'm a huge on Bonfire, and I know people get really annoyed by it. And I know, like, you talked about in your video that you didn't like or one of your videos that you didn't really like Bonfire. Yeah, you weren't sold on it, but I don't know. It's just like one of those low risk. I think you have to have one of those like low risk coins or high risk, but it's, you put maybe like $100 into that could eventually be $10,000, $100,000, right?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. So when it comes to like Bonfire and Shiba Inu, because those are like the 2 big ones right now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not invested in either of those, because for anyone that actually knows my channel, obviously, I'm an advocate for Happy, which is my higher risk coin that I'm invested in. I do believe that Bonfire and Shiba Inu will honestly make a lot of people a lot of money, because again, crypto has a lot of hype around it. But for me, it's Happy, and as much as I talk bad about Doge, like, it's not guaranteed, but Dude, if Tesla starts accepting Doge as payment, yeah, I think it might have a future.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, just the Mavericks alone, once they started taking Doge as payment, they got more payments with Doge than they did with Bitcoin and Ethereum in a year. And that was with one day. So again, I talk bad about Doge. I have a really small investment. I only put $100 in. Now I'm close to 200.
Yeah.
And I'm be honest too, for anyone watching, I actually bought Doge at 6 cents and I sold it at like 4 to 5 cents for a loss. Because like when you look at the tokenomics in it of Doge and you really understand crypto, it doesn't make sense. But again, because of Elon alone, he's kind of just taking over the crypto space, and it might actually be something in the future.
Yeah. So it was a while ago when you were in Doge.
Mm-hmm. And
Right now yeah, you sold it all.
I put 1,000 in at 6 cents, sold it at like 4 to 5 cents. So if I would have held it, I'd be up a good amount of money.
Yeah, right now it's sitting at about 56 cents. And I'm sharing my screen right now.
I like that's one of the biggest regrets that I've made is selling Doge for a loss.
See, and that's a big thing, man. I feel like so many people are selling too early.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Doge and all of these altcoins are new to us.
Yeah.
So it's brand new. Doge started what, like 2 years ago, if that. And so I think Doge was the start of like the whole altcoin, meme coin movement. And people realized that, okay, if Doge can get there, then why not some of these coins with utility, like SafeMoon, Bonfire, right? Like Happy. I mean, and that's another thing. Like Happy, I'll tell you what, like with Happy, I like Happy a lot. If you guys don't know what Happy actually is, do you want to talk about Happy, Matt? Because you probably know more than me.
Yeah, well, so for Happy, it's pretty much one of these meme coins, but pretty much they're not trying to be the Doge killer, or I'm not really sure what Bonfire is. And SafeMoon, again, I don't know too much about it but from my understanding, they want to become an exchange in the future, which if they actually do, then I do believe it has a purpose. But pretty much Happy is you invest in it and they donate to charity. They donate for mental illness, which especially right now because of everything going on, I really think that's a great cause. Because let's be honest, right now we have a lot of drug abuse, we have a lot of depression, suicide, a lot of that going on. So I really like just what they're doing. And then one more thing I personally really love about Happy right now is the actual chart. Because like you said previously, you got into day trading and swing trading, and I did too actually with stocks. And so when you do that, you have to actually look at charts. And with Shiba Inu and Bonfire, and again, I do believe that they can still keep going up, but they had a huge spike with a massive correction. And Happy has been like just going up with a little correction going up, and like it's been a really healthy chart. So that's one thing I really do like about it. I don't see like some kind of crazy dip coming anytime soon, at least.
Yeah, this is exactly what's happening, with everything.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like Ecomi is a perfect example. If we look at their chart, we can see this, this correction. I guess you could call it correction. A lot of people are fudding and panicking. We don't really know how low it's actually going to go.
I mean, I'm excited because really, going back to the crypto space being new and a lot of investors are purely emotional, which is not the way to invest. You got to invest with logic. And I'm excited for the price because what I've noticed with a lot of other low cap coins or altcoins is they all seem to have an initial spike with a massive correction. And then once people forget about it or they stop talking about it, and then more good news comes out, then eventually you're going to start seeing a spike. And right now I feel like we're at the point where the market's so unpredictable. Like no one really saw Bitcoin dropping the other day because of one tweet. So it's really hard to tell. Like you can't only go based off of a technical analysis.
Yeah, and then you have to put tokenomics into play as well.